Hello and welcome to the Dittonworks YouTube channel. I'm back again because I've got a little bit more to talk about regarding speakers pre my big British two-way speaker shootout. So anybody who watched the video yesterday, my ProAct Studio 100s, as far as I'm concerned, are pretty much run in. They've had somewhere just about 60 hours worth of use. They've been run in phase, out of phase, played as regular speakers at higher and lower volumes pretty consistently for something up to nearly 60 hours worth of use. I have read up that actually ProActs do take quite a long time to run in, but to be honest with you, they don't sound thin to me, they don't sound tight in any way, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I've packed those away in preparation for my big two-way speaker shootout. My classic 2.3s are running, I've packed those away waiting for the speaker shootout, which leaves me needing something to listen to. So I've put my SP2s back on, and I thought what I'd do is I'd play the same track on these at the same level as the ProAct Studio 100s and the SL600s SI, which I shot yesterday, and that'll give you guys something else to listen to in preparation waiting for this larger speaker shootout. So I'm going to play the same track I did, and you guys can have a listen and see which ones you preferred. Let's have a go. Okay, so what did I think of the Spendor SP2's playing the same track that I used shooting the video yesterday, which was, oh, that's probably backwards, so that's Kenny Burrell, the Blues and Around sessions, which I picked up at a charity shop for a whopping 50 pence. That's pretty well recorded as well, so I quite like that CD. So my conclusions from memory of what I was hearing yesterday, these have got quite a lot of rasp in the top end, so you're getting that real gritty detail out of the recording there. That's something that the Proax did very well too. The SL600s couldn't quite pull that level of detail out, but they had a very, very good sound stage. So did the Proax. The Spendors don't have the same width. They have similar width of soundstage, but not the same depth or height, to be honest with you. Also, they don't quite have the same level of low frequency response as either of the other two pairs of speakers. And that is one of the little idiosyncrasies, if you like, of the Spendor SP2 too. They don't have enormous bass. But I can live with that because they have tremendous mid-range, tremendous upper mid-range and tremendous driver integration between the bass and the HF. So you get glorious seamless transition between the two drivers, leaving you with a including the cabinet, which also is very cleverly designed by Derek Hughes, leaves you with a glorious, wonderful musical speaker. These are an absolute joy to listen to. These are a pair of speakers you could listen to for many hours. That's also something attributed to Spendor of this style, that kind of BBC lossy cabinet style of speaker. Very, very musical. Something unfortunately lacking in the Spendor S8Es, which do have far more bass, more dynamic, but they're not quite as musical as these. So between the three, the two I shot yesterday, the Proax Studio 100s and the Celestion SL600s, these are actually more musical than both of those. They completely are. They just chime along. They're absolutely wonderful to listen to, good fun sounding speakers. Also a speaker that works very well at lower listening levels, so they're very good for late night listening, which the Proax were as well, to be fair, but these are even better at low listening levels than the Proax. They're just more musical. On the subject of loudspeakers, these do not play as loud as the Proax or the Celestions. That is where things like true pistonic motion in the drive units, the breakup modes of the drive units starts to play a part. I don't think these can really handle super loud, long listening sessions. They're not really that kind of speaker. That's possibly down to the fact that they're from 1989 and driver technology has moved on. That's where something like the S8Es can play very loud and you have no issues with those at all. These don't start to distort, they just start to get a little bit muddled. They start to get a bit congested. So that's something that's probably a negative, but no one's going to be able to listen at that level for that length of time. Either their neighbours will complain or they'll end up going deaf. So in a nutshell, these hold their own. I absolutely love these speakers. I've done several videos on these speakers. They are got to be one of my most favourite speakers to listen to. They've been on the system for months now, they have, and switching them back into the system just to keep them running in preparation for my larger two-way speaker shootout, I thought was a good idea, because the Proax definitely are running, the classic 2.3s are running, the Spendor S8s don't need running in, neither do the A Compacts or the SL600s. So I thought I'd just bring these back into my system so they're in use. That does keep the bass drivers loose. I do find that if these sit around for any length of time unused, that's where the bass drivers start to stiffen up again. Now, plugging them in immediately, I didn't detect any of that, so I haven't left it so long that everything's starting to seize up. Because if you saw my brake fluid repair video, which was some months ago on the channel, that isn't a total fix. I'm afraid it isn't. They will eventually start to stiffen up again. So the brake fluid will make them supple, and if you use them, they will remain supple. Another factor is if it's on a warm or hot day, they are also more supple. On a cold day, I don't think they are, and that's true of many pairs of speakers. The SL600 SIs or SL600s or SL6s with their surround material. If they're very cold, they don't have the bass extension. That's something you've got to be mindful of. The speakers need to acclimatise to the room. And I think that's a good piece of advice for any speaker. So if you've just received a pair of speakers that you've bought on eBay, Gumtree, Facebook Marketplace, so on and so forth, that have just come from the courier, leave them in your room for a little while to acclimatise. Put them on the hi-fi, plug them in, make sure they work, but let them acclimatise, let them settle for a while. Then you can start to increase the volume should you wish. I think if you've got stiff surrounds or a very cold speaker, that's when you could potentially start doing some damage. Anyway, I'll leave that there. These, love them to pieces, absolutely brilliant. I hope you enjoy the little sound clip because it was the same level, the same track, everything was as close as I could get it to the video I shot yesterday. All right guys, take care, I'll catch up with you soon.